Hey guys, this is Kali Roxx, and this is my song, Invincible. I wrote this song to give a poetic meaning to the darkest experiences of my life thus far. It was in those deepest, darkest, lowest moments that I realized just how invincible I am. I hope my song connects with you and inspires you to keep going if you're near the end of your rope, struggling with anxiety or depression or just going through a hard time right now. Times are really tough, but you are invincible.
Keeping up appearances was never much for me. You knew nothing about it, but you spoke of history. All the way down, it broke me all the way down. I can hear them talking now, all they're whispering. Nothing but the wolves and bullets just circling. All the way down, it broke me all the way down. Now I see
Yeah, really solid song.
It really is, isn't it? Like from the minute I heard it, you listen to some songs and from a producer's point of view, you think, wow, everything's there. The songwriting's great. The mix is great. I just want to point out whoever mastered this song did exceptionally well. It's so well mastered. You've got all those frequencies just not fighting. It's mixed well as well, I must say. And I'd be intrigued to know if it was mixed and mastered by the same person. But, everything has its space and it breathes naturally, which is the sign of a really good producer. But more so the song, I just want to say, and thanks so much to Kali for that lovely introduction, very personal and inspirational. So thank you there. And as soon as the song hits, I know when Andy and I first listened to this, I was like, wow, this is a really good song. And I hope that this doesn't annoy anyone out there, but the verses have a very Taylor Swift kind of vibe, her new music anyway, which is not a bad thing. I mean,
that's totally true, yeah.
Only a compliment.
Totally true.
So good. And, one of the best songwriters in the world in Taylor Swift. And you do a great job. And I'm not comparing the two. It just has a very similar kind of, the vocal melody is just top quality. And I think Kali does a great job singing and projecting her vocal onto it because there is a lot of stuff going on there in the music. And to project the vocal in that kind of way and the performance is great. The production on the vocal is equally as good, and you can hear all the ad-libs in the background, which is, again, screams to me that she's an incredible songwriter. And I always listen to the percussion in songs, and I love the reverb on the clicks, the reverb tail is beautiful.
Nice tail.
And again, just awesome production. As Kali said in her intro, that she's very, very clear on what the song's about. And even if she didn't give that intro, you would know what the song was about. The chorus, I'm invincible, there's no stopping me now. You push me down and I get up again. A great hook. And it kind of, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about in our question section, how to make a good song title. There we go. Our response to that question is use the hook.
Yeah.
And this song is titled Invincible. And the third line of the chorus is Invincible. And it comes up a couple of times.
Kind of sums up the message of the song as well in that one word, doesn't it?
It does. Clever songwriting and clever lyric writing as well. I just love this kind of music, and I love the vibe of it. I love that you can get lost in the music. Very ambient in places, but also it has almost a dark vibe, but it's not dark. And
totally.
I love tunes like that. In terms of something that I would add, if I was, with Kali in the songwriting session, first thing I would have done is picked up a guitar and chosen a Marshall or something that's got some distortion, maybe some heavy distortion. And in that chorus, just dropped some heavy chords underneath it. Nothing fancy, just a just literally one hit on the one. Hits. And I just think that would have given it some more pop. And that's, again, what I would have added if I was there. subject to everyone's opinions, of course, but if I was there, that's what I would have added. I just think it might have made the chorus pop a little more and made an even clearer line between the chorus and the verse. But really loved the song, really, really enjoyed it. And again, if you want to learn more about the artist, we're going to have everything in the links below on our website. Listen to the full song. You know the drill. Andy.
You know the drill by now. No, I like the idea of having the kind of guitar, one hits, one strums, just beefing it up at the underneath that mixer. I quite like that. Yeah, I mean this song was proper deep, man. It was. I could tell when she, said our introduction that it was going to be a bit of an emotional one that was coming our way, and it certainly was. She set the tone from what she was describing, and when it came in, I was like, whew, I'm getting there straight away. I mean, the verse vocal melody, I mean, I just love it. Honestly, I was like blown away by that verse hook because it's rhythmically interesting, it's melodically interesting, and she's got that hook like, all the way down, you broke me all the way. And that's repeated twice. So already I'm like singing along. Love that. And oh my God, her rich timbre in that low. So she's like doing an octave down in that first verse, and the richness and the control that she has down there is amazing. And to compare it to Taylor Swift, because it is quite Taylor Swift-esque, and I think that's a massive compliment given that she's one of the biggest songwriters in the world. So I'm sure Kali won't take that in a negative way at all. But yeah, the verse for me instantly hooked me in, and I really liked there was like metalwork percussion in the verse,
like stomp.
Yeah, like stomp. Yeah,
I almost wrote that down as a note.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that was like, again, something different, something interesting. And I liked some of the kind of synths, like a kind of wind pipe type sound that was tickling the upper frequencies, Really nice there. And great kick sample and bass levels in the chorus that really added that thick, kind of beefy sound when she kind of went all out. And yeah, lots of emotion in those vocals. So really, really good performance. And I liked the quite kind of in the distance counter melody elements in the backing vocals. So they weren't like just following her vocal melody. They were kind of decorating the background with, a separate melody, if you like. And I love when that kind of happens. Just adds another area of interest and some other theme behind the main vocal that we can try and interpret ourselves.
Absolutely.
In terms of critique, for me, I wasn't a massive fan of the hats used in the chorus. I thought they were quite overwhelming and a bit kind of rhythmically, they were powerful, but they were just a bit too much. It put me off balance a bit. So it was just a teensy bit too distracting. And, I want to focus totally on Kali in that chorus because it's so powerful. And to that avail, like, I probably lost her vocals just a wee bit too much in the mix. There's so much going on, and because it's so powerful, all the instrumental is really supercharged there. But I didn't want to lose that message of the Invincible at all, and it was just maybe a couple of dB, too quiet for me. So a bit of EQ shaping, which we'll be discussing later on in the track, ironically, because that's one of the questions I asked last week, which, this is such a difficult thing to get right, because when you produce a song and you want it to have that massive sound, it's a really difficult balancing act to still hear the message and the emotion of the vocals in the song, but also to have the instruments punching as hard and as loud as they can to also stir those emotions. So, that's been a difficult thing there. So, but yeah, loved it, Kali. Loved it.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one.